Hey everyone, Bill here, and in today's lesson we're going to take a look at Call on Me by the band Chicago. This is a great rhythm guitar workout, and it's a great jazz chord workout. I especially want to emphasize the jazz chords. So whether you've never played jazz chords at all, whether maybe you've messed around with them, or maybe you're a seasoned pro, I think either way you're going to get something out of this. Now there's a lot of chords in this song, and I feel like if I sit here and break every single chord down, note by note, fret by fret, we're going to be here forever. So what I'm going to do is write out the chord symbols. I'll have that as a reference either on the actual chart itself or maybe as kind of a secondary page. Now, tone-wise, Terry Kath, of course, used a Telecaster with a humbucker in the neck position. I've got my Tom Anderson here with a humbucker in the neck position, so we're in the same ballpark. Also, Terry used a phaser sound on this, which is a great classic tone. I'm using a Phase 90 for this. I'm not exactly sure what he used, but at least it's in the ballpark. Sounds like this. Now, I gotta be honest, I thought I had the song down pat, and I figured, why don't I just go over to YouTube, pull up the guitar isolated track, and I was blown away by Terry Kath's rhythm work on this. I knew some of the stuff that he was doing, but just listening with fresh ears and hearing all the variations and all the different things he's doing, it's astonishing, really. You gotta check it out for yourselves. All right, so let's jump on into the chord progression. So we've got F major 7, G major 7, and G minor 9. And the thing about G minor 9 is I would normally voice the G minor 9 like this. So G, B flat, D, and A on the top. But in this case, I don't hear that G down below. I could be wrong, but I actually hear more of the flat 7, the F down below. So it's more like, okay, so all together again. Now for B flat minor 7, we've got, I like to use this voicing. So this is just a standard minor 7 shape, sliding it up a whole step, and then doing the same minor 9 voicing, but now A minor 9 on the 5th and 7th fret. And then we get into G major 7, B flat major 7, so sliding up a minor 3rd, or 3 frets. Now for F major 7, I think it's down here, kind of like we did before. Then we've got this B9 going to C9. In this case, Terry's kind of doing the straight 8th kind of thing. Kind of a little bit of a crescendo there too. And then we get into F sharp minor 9, going to G major 7. We do that again. Okay, and then we slide down a half step into F sharp major 7. Then we do 3 bars of that, then we do a stop on beat 1 of the 4th bar. And we're doing F major 7, up a half step to G major 7, then A major 7. Okay, so jumping into the verse, we've got A major 7. And at least the first time through the verse, Terry's doing that kind of rhythm pattern. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Then, and I think in the subsequent verses, he kind of mixes it up. So for now, let's stick with that. So we've got A major 7, C sharp minor 7, going down to B minor 7, then G sharp minor 7. Now you could voice that G sharp minor 7 like this, kind of a standard jazz minor 7 voicing, and then move that to C sharp 9. Now we've got D major 7, which I actually sometimes like to play the major 7 like this. I got it from my days in America. Dewey would always voice his major 7s like that. He'd move the first finger from the root note to up here. And I feel pretty confident that Terry would do the same thing, so maybe it's just kind of something of that era. Then C sharp minor 7, B minor 7. Now here we kind of accent the next bar here. We got, so 2 beats on B minor 7, 2 beats on C9. And then we go back to what we heard in the intro. that's F sharp minor 9 to G major 7. Now, what's interesting about this is you could totally play that just like that all 3 times. It does that 3 times. But I noticed that Terry was doing this kind of variation. Kind of straight the first time, and the second time he did, he slid it up to G major 7 up here. He did that kind of 16 kind of thing. Or even, it probably is faster than 16. It's probably like a 32nd or maybe just a tremolo kind of a thing at that point. And then we do it the third time, and he did. That's kind of a cool variation. Kind of a backward arpeggio. Just those top 3 strings. Okay, then we slide that down into an F sharp major 7, kind of like we did in the intro. And we do the same move that we did in the intro. So F sharp major 7 to G major 7 to A major 7. And then we're back in the verse at that point. Now, it's worth noting that on the current live version that Chicago does, they basically cut out that entire second verse. I mean, they basically jump right into what I would call the second ending, where they do, and they go straight to the same F sharp major 7, but they do 4 bars of it just leading into the solo section. Now right here, by the way, after the first 2 bars, Terry actually did a similar move where he slid the voicing up an octave, basically, to the F sharp major 7 way up here. Okay, so we're going to come into the solo section on a B minor 9, and you'll notice that Terry starts to get a little funkier with the rhythm, which totally makes sense. It's the solo section. We're jamming, right? So B minor 9. Then A major 7. We're gonna move it up a minor 3rd to C major 7. Going down a 4th to G major 7. And I'll stop right there and say that there's a reason that I'm mentioning the intervals. In a chord progression like this, where the chords are seemingly all over the place, knowing your intervals and being able to recognize how the chords are moving back and forth gives structure to this thing. And I promise you, from experience, when you're in a performance setting, saying those things out loud to yourself, or at least just recognizing them, can be the difference between forgetting where it's going and nailing it. Just saying. So that's why I'm doing that. So anyway, G major 7, and actually on the G major 7, he does it way up here. So when we go from the C major 7, we're going to go up to the G major 7. And then we're going to go to B flat major 7. Then A minor 9. Sliding up a minor 3rd to C minor 9. And finishing off with G major 7. And I think he does this way up here. And I think, just knowing Terry Katz's playing and going off of memory a little bit, I think he does that. Okay, so now the walk up into the verse is going to go down to this G major 7, down an octave. Okay, and then we're going to walk up just like we did before. So what is that? G major 7, A flat major 7, B flat major 7. And now we're in the key of B flat. So basically that's all the same stuff, but we're now up a half step. Which I think is pretty brilliant, and it gets even more brilliant as we go along, as I'll mention. So anyway, starting that third verse on the B flat major 7, we're gonna play that, and go to D minor 7, C minor 7, A minor 7, D9. And E flat major 7, D minor 7, C minor 7, and we're going to do the same kind of move. So C minor 7 to D flat 9, and G minor 9, going to an A flat major 7. So one more time, that's going to be. So now an interesting point on this, if you listen to the isolated guitar track, is Terry is basically tremoloing through that entire section at this point. You don't have to do that at all. You can totally play the part just like you did before, but it's kind of cool. Okay, so 3 times on that progression, and now we're resolving into a G major 7, which is where we started in the intro. So not only has the solo section brought us to the 3rd verse, which is now modulated up a half step, but through that verse, resolve then into the original key. A flat major 7 to finish that off, and then resolving down a half step, G major 7. Brilliant as far as I'm concerned. And then we're basically going to do the same thing as the intro. G major 7, B flat major 7, then F major 7. Now, here's the thing. Terry plays that F major 7 like an A minor 9. And I don't want to spend too much time on substitutions, but for those of you who may not know, when you get into these types of chordal harmonies where there's 4 notes to a chord, major 7s and minor 7s, you start getting into, if you respell it and you get a different chord basically. In this case, F major 7 can be substituted for an A minor 9. Now, whether Terry thought of it as an F major 7 and he was doing a substitution, I don't know. You'd have to ask the original band. So we've got G major 7, E flat major 7, and let's just call it A minor 9. And we're going to slide this up to a minor 3rd again to C minor 9. And then we're going to end on a vamp on G major 7, and he's going to be playing this voicing up here. And he's really trying to mimic the vocal melody. If you listen to the isolated track, he's doing, you can call on me, baby. Now, I'm actually sliding him from a half step below, but now that I'm playing it, you can hear him go between G major 7 and A flat major 7. I mean, he's all over the place. There's no consistent pattern to it, but listen to it, absorb it, and then try to mimic something like that. I think you'll easily be in the game at that point. Now, you can totally end it on that vamp if you're playing this live, let's say, but the way that they do it live now is G major 7, let's see. Kind of hold it. And then we go back to the intro. All that stuff is the same, and then they move that riff up a whole step to be, so C minor 7, D minor 7, B minor 9. You can tremolo that out, trash can it, and that's the live ending. All right, so there you have it. Call on Me by Chicago. Great jazz chord workout, great rhythm exercise. Have fun with it. Definitely take a listen to that guitar isolated track. And we'll see you on the next one.